Hey there. So I just had the most amazing conversation with my neighbor this morning about the way fog rolls through our valley, and it got me thinking about how we all start our days differently. Welcome to Blue Mountain Morning, everyone. I'm here with Mark, and we've got some really fascinating stories lined up for you.
Morning, everyone. Yeah, and speaking of different perspectives, we've got this incredible story about how a small town in Colorado completely transformed their community. Can't wait to dive into that one.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Plus, we're seeing some pretty interesting developments in tech that I think you'll want to hear about, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down in that calm, clear way you've come to expect from us.
Absolutely. And wait till you hear today's Morning Whisper. It's something that really hit home for me, and I think it'll resonate with a lot of you too.
All right, let's jump into today's horizon. And Mark, I got to tell you, this first story caught my attention in a big way. The Senate just passed that major infrastructure bill we've been following.
Yeah, and this is huge for everyday Americans. We're talking about $95 billion going directly into rebuilding bridges, highways, and modernizing public transportation across the country. You know what really stands out to me? The focus on rural communities.
Oh man, that's something we don't hear about enough. What's happening there specifically?
So, about 40% of the funding is actually, let me get this right, earmarked for smaller communities that often get overlooked. We're talking about places that have been dealing with aging bridges, unreliable internet, those basic infrastructure needs that really impact daily life.
That reminds me, didn't we also see something significant coming out of California this morning?
Yes, and this is fascinating. Silicon Valley just announced this breakthrough in renewable energy storage. They've developed these new batteries that can hold power for up to, 10 times longer than current ones. The cool thing is, they're actually planning to roll this out first in areas prone to power outages.
I feel like that could be a game changer for places dealing with extreme weather.
Exactly. And speaking of weather, there's this quick update from NOAA. They're predicting an unusually active hurricane season next year. But, and this is important, they're also rolling out this new early warning system that gives people about 30% more time to prepare.
That's going to make a real difference for coastal communities. Anything else catching your eye this morning?
Just one more thing. There's this really interesting economic report showing small businesses in Middle America are actually growing faster than expected. It's like this whole quiet boom happening in places we don't usually hear about in the news.
So, Mark, I really want to dig deeper into that Silicon Valley battery story because, this could seriously reshape how we think about power in America, right?
Oh, absolutely. I was actually looking into this more, and here's what's fascinating. These batteries aren't just some minor upgrade. They're talking about storing solar and wind energy for weeks, not just days. And the timing couldn't be better with what we're seeing across the country.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. Last year alone, we had those massive outages in Texas, the rolling blackouts in California, and remember those grid issues during the heat waves in the Midwest? This technology could basically, it's like having a backup generator for entire communities, but completely clean.
That's wild, but I'm wondering about the cost. Can average Americans actually afford to have this in their homes?
So that's actually the really exciting part. The team behind this is taking this sort of, what they're calling a community-first approach. Instead of marketing to individual homeowners, they're partnering with local utilities to set up these, neighborhood-scale storage systems.
Hold on, so you're saying entire neighborhoods would share this?
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting. The initial rollout is focusing on areas that face the most frequent outages. We're talking about fire-prone regions in the West, hurricane zones along the Gulf Coast, and even some rural communities that deal with unreliable power.
You know what this reminds me of? It's kind of like how the internet changed from being this luxury thing to basically a public utility.
Well, that's actually a perfect comparison. And just like the internet, we're seeing this sort of ripple effect where it's not just about power storage anymore. It's creating new jobs in installation and maintenance. It's affecting property values. And it's even changing how communities think about energy independence.
And I guess that links back to that infrastructure bill we were just talking about, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's all connected. These technological advances, combined with that federal support, it's like we're watching this perfect storm of positive change in how America powers itself. And the really cool thing is, it's happening from the ground up, community by community.
You know what? I was thinking about something really special this morning. My grandmother used to have this saying about difficult times that's stuck with me forever.
Oh yeah? What was that?
She'd always say, the steeper the mountain, the better the view. And it really hit home yesterday when I was talking to this amazing small business owner in Colorado.
Tell me more about that conversation.
So this woman, she started a local coffee shop right before the pandemic hit, like literally weeks before. And instead of giving up when everything shut down, she did something incredible.
Oh, I love stories like this. What did she do?
She basically turned her entire business model upside down. Started doing these like coffee delivery subscriptions, partnered with local bakeries that were also struggling, and even created these little morning ritual boxes with locally sourced goods.
That's actually brilliant. Taking a crisis and turning it into an opportunity to support the whole community.
Exactly. And here's the thing that really got me. She said that before all this happened, she was so focused on just running a coffee shop. But the challenges forced her to think bigger, to really consider what her community needed.
You know, that reminds me of something we often talk about here on Blue Mountain Morning, how sometimes the hardest climbs lead to the most unexpected discoveries.
Right? And now her business is doing better than ever. She's got this whole network of local partnerships, regular customers who've become like family, and get this, she's opening a second location next month.
That's incredible. And it really shows how resilience isn't just about surviving, it's about finding new paths forward.
Yeah, and the lesson here isn't just for business owners. It's for anyone facing what feels like an impossible situation. Sometimes we need to look at our challenges from a different angle, you know?
As we wrap up our main segments today, I want to take us somewhere peaceful. Picture this with me. You're standing at the edge of the Smoky Mountains just as the sun's starting to peek through that morning mist.
I can almost feel that crisp mountain air.
You know that moment when the fog starts lifting and you can see these layers of blue-tinted ridges stretching out forever? That's exactly what clarity feels like.
It's like nature's way of showing us how to let things unfold slowly.
Exactly. And right now, wherever you are, maybe you're stuck in traffic or getting ready for work or just taking a quiet moment with your coffee, I want you to try something with me.
I love where this is going.
Take a slow, deep breath in and imagine you're breathing in that clean mountain air. And as you breathe out, picture all your thoughts settling like morning dew on grass.
That's really beautiful, Mark.
You don't need to figure everything out right now. Just like those mountain valleys, some things need time to clear. The fog always lifts eventually.
And sometimes the waiting itself is part of the beauty, isn't it?
Absolutely. So just for this moment, let yourself be exactly where you are. Like those ancient Appalachian peaks, you've got all the strength you need right beneath your feet.
You know what? Today's been something special. From our deep dive into those fascinating developments in renewable energy to that incredible story about the small town coffee shop that's changing lives. I just love how we get to share these moments with all of you.
Yeah, and isn't it amazing how when you take a step back, you can see how everything sort of connects? Like those mountain ridges we were just talking about.
Absolutely. And hey, to all of you out there starting your day with us, thank you. Really, thank you for making us part of your morning routine.
We'll be right back here tomorrow with more stories that matter, more moments to reflect, and hopefully a few more surprises that'll make your day just a little bit brighter.
Until then, keep breathing, keep growing, and remember, every morning brings new possibilities.
This has been Blue Mountain Morning. Have a beautiful day, everyone.